Right?
I guess.
Here we go. Ta-da!
Good morning.
Ta-da! Good morning. How's everybody
I think I'm too
doing?
close.
Huh? You feel like you're close?
Yeah.
You are close. You're right here.
I mean, into the.
Nah. Nah, we're just filling up the picture with all the glory of God. Look at us. Filling up the whole picture. Hey, Nikki. Welcome back to Real Talk with Deb and Will. I feel like it's been a while, but it hasn't been a while, has it?
Well, we were off last week. You were out last week, so I did my morning walk.
That's why I feel it's been a while.
And then we did the week before that, but then we were off that week before that. So
Okay.
We've taken 2 weeks off,
Yeah, sorry.
but not consecutively.
Sorry.
I apologize, but good morning, Tracy. Nikki, I'm sorry.
There you go. Yeah. So I feel like it's been a little bit. So I wasn't here this Monday, last Monday.
You were on your way from the airport.
I was on my way from the airport. That's where I was. Maybe I'm trying to black all that out.
Was traveling. Good morning, Francis and Patty.
Oh goodness. I think this is
Welcome to the Deb and Will. I forgot.
This is
it's
Real
my
Talk.
show.
This is Real Talk with Deb and Will. This was your idea. This wasn't.
Yes, it was.
So whoever's idea it was gets top billing. We appreciate that you are here. We appreciate that you're here on Facebook, and for those of us who are watching, who watch
Via
the show
YouTube.
on YouTube, we appreciate that too.
Thank you for your support.
Yes. Subscribe, and if you're on Facebook and you have not subscribed, please follow the link to this program and subscribe on YouTube. We appreciate it. We're at 50 subscribers. We're trying to get to 100 before the end of the year. Why? Well, just because. Just because.
And it gives you a little glimpse into the other parts of our
Oh,
lives.
do you know who we are? That we're really real people. That the cool thing about about the new technology is that real folks are talking to you. You're not getting the whole professional nonsense that comes out. It's just real folks living real lives, who are trying to help real folks who are living real lives. And one of the things that everybody deals with is the title of our program this morning is health and keeping up with your health, and how important that is from a stress, from a financial viewpoint and from a stress viewpoint, and they end up being the same a lot of times. So
they are the same because not keeping up with your health can become a financial burden if you don't stay on top of it. And I'm not saying that we are perfect. You can look at us and tell
I don't know.
we're not perfect, but we have years of weight on us, and stress and different things like that. But the important part is that you are aware of it and that you're working to improve it. This came up because we were listening to a pastor yesterday talk about how women tend to, once they get comfortable in a marriage and stuff, sometimes women and men tend to let themselves go and not take care of themselves. And it brought upon me the fact that, not only do you look, you get comfortable in your body, you get comfortable in just the way you feel. Because I think about back when before my husband had his heart incident and stuff, that he thought he was feeling okay.
I felt great. I felt great the day my heart stopped. I felt awesome.
Until after the surgery, and then after the surgery, and his blood was flowing, and you could see his skin color changed, so many aspects of his body. And you think, because you get used to it, you get used to feeling bad, and then you realize, oh my goodness, how much better do I feel? And I was stuck in that in the last few years, in gaining weight, stress, and all that stuff. And you think, oh, I'm feeling okay. I'm a little tired. And now in the last few months, when I went back to exercising, just walking. I'm not doing any weight training. I don't have a personal trainer or anything like that, but I just make myself exercise daily, do some kind of walking, other than just walking to my car and to the building.
That's me. I walk to the car.
And you don't realize how your body has changed and you're not as healthy as you think you are. And it's important to not just yourself, but to your spouse, that you look after yourself, that you take care of yourself. Because it's kind of selfish to not take care of yourself when you have a partner here, and you're trying to go through life together, and you drop the ball.
Yeah, and guys, we're worse at it than women are. We are completely terrible at it, because we're sort of taught or socialized that, you don't run to the doctor, especially people in a certain age group, and I'm in that age group, that you don't run to the doctor every time you have a pain, every time you have a twerk, right? Because every time you have a twinge, you don't run to the doctor. And sometimes you're just tired, and sometimes you just get a good nap, you'll feel better. And you end up feeling better. So what we don't like to do is go to the doctor. We don't like to go be poked and prodded, because it's like taking that old, because here's the analogy. It's like taking that old car to the shop. They're going to find something wrong with it. Mm-hmm. But you already knew there was something wrong with it. But as long as it starts every day and gets you to point A and point B and back home,
you're okay with it.
So yeah, you know what? So so you got a twinge in your back. So your knee's a little wonky. So you don't go. Or you're a little bit more out of breath when you walk steps or you walk anywhere. You're a little bit more out of breath. You contribute it to weight or age or whatever, and you don't think it's a big deal. So I talk about not being perfect. I am the poster boy for all of that stuff. I'm the poster boy for all of that stuff. That you just don't feel good because you're fat now and you're a little older and all that stuff, and so you don't get it checked out. And part of it's fear. You don't want to know.
Yeah,
part of it's fear.
That's my main thing.
You don't want to know. Mm-hmm. You're like, I don't want to. They're going to tell me I've got something terrible, and I don't want to hear all that. So, again, guys are much worse about it than I think women are.
But women are too, because I, for example, hadn't had a mammogram, and I'm going to be honest, I hadn't had a mammogram in about 2-3 years, and I had a choice, but I didn't have a choice this year because they brought the mammogram bus to my job. It was right by my car. And so I had no choice. I went and I had my mammogram.
We brought you a mammogram.
And it was free. So I went and had the mammogram done, and it freaked me out because and I have these certain kind of breasts. And that's why I wasn't doing it. And because almost every time I have a mammogram, they freak out. They want to do this, they want to do that, they test this, they do this, and I was tired of it, and I didn't want to deal with it one year. And then it got easier, and I didn't want to deal with it again. And so 2 years had gone by, and I hadn't had my mammogram. So I went, had that done. And of course, they find something, and I had to have a second one and a sonogram and all that stress. And if I had just gone the 2 years ahead, they would have known. Well, you already had this in here. You've already had that and this and the other and all that. And they did a biopsy. Praise God, it came back negative. No, it wasn't benign. But
it was benign.
I mean, it was.
Benign is good.
No, benign is bad.
No, benign is good. Malignant is bad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm the guy who talks for a living.
Okay.
I know lots of words. I know lots of words.
It was.
I don't know what they mean.
Anyway, it was not cancerous.
No, everything was cool.
Everything was cool. I have these calcium deposits that build up, and they have to test them every time. But if you go every year, ladies, and I'm using this because, of course, this month is Breast Cancer Month. You go every year and have your mammograms, you don't have to go through the stress and the pain that I went through this last couple of months.
And you don't go through, and I'll tell you, you don't go through that by yourself. Everybody who's connected to your whole family, your spouse goes through it too.
Everybody, my coworkers, all of them, you know, everybody.
Okay? Are you okay?
Yes,
Okay?
everybody goes through that stress. So don't be selfish and just because you are afraid, not have your testing done. Have your mammograms, have your pap smears, have your heart tested, the EKGs.
Have your
have your colon
colonoscopy done. Do your little finger test on your prostate because, and dudes, I know, nobody likes that.
It's embarrassing.
Nobody likes that. Nobody likes a squishy
it's not
booty test. It's awful. It's awful and terrible. But you know what? Prostate cancer is one of those things that it was one of the cancers that you don't have to die from. You just don't have to die from. You catch that early enough, and and frankly, guys, it's a non-event. It's a non-event. But you got to go get tested. They've got all sorts of tests now that don't include the digital rectal exam that nobody likes. I know. I don't like it either.
It's not fun.
Nobody likes
Going
it.
to the doctor is not fun, but taking care of yourself
is extremely important.
extremely important.
It's the adult thing.
And
it's the
even
adult thing
more
to do.
important when you're in a marriage and you have a family to take care of. You know, just take the time once a year and have all the tests done.
Yeah, go ahead and do that because it's extremely important to do that because again, from a financial standpoint, what'll happen is that those sort of things, when they go bad, they go very bad. When they go bad, so when you end up in the hospital and you need you need Roto-Rooter or you need a triple bypass or a quadruple bypass, that surgery costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you're going to be out of work for a while, and so that causes financial stress and the other kinds of stresses that push against a relationship or any sort of marriage or that kind of relationship. So it's better to sort of nip it in the bud. Ooh, what did I say that? I'm talking about prostate exams. Yeah, to go ahead and nip it in the bud early. Even with a little bit of expenses of going to the doctor and the copay and all that stuff. It's better to go ahead and get that done as quickly as possible before it turns into something really scary and really stressful. So yeah, I know you don't want to do it, but my advice to you this morning, and ladies who have husbands and the like who are watching, get them to ask them about their last prostate exam. I know it's a weird subject at breakfast, I know, but ask them about their last prostate exam, when last time they had that done. And there's actually a blood test now. There's a PSA that you can take that's not that test. Ask them about, is it time for a colonoscopy again? Mm-hmm. I'm rolling in about a year and a half away from my next colonoscopy. I have one at 50, I think.
Yeah, you should have one at 50.
Yeah.
And most of the time, well, they do all the time put you asleep.
Well, they give you a twilight for sure.
Yeah, for the colonoscopy.
Propofol is awesome. But you know what? So and the doctor said you're good. We'll see you in 10 years. Well, you know what? 10 years has snuck up on me.
It comes fast.
Oops. And so we're looking at about a year and a half or so. I'm out of getting the second one. So you do it. You just do it.
It's not fun.
No, it sucks.
None of this stuff that we're talking about is fun. But again, when you're in a partnership,
people are depending on you to be alive.
People depending on you to be healthy and alive, and you need to do this for your partner. And I do apologize for putting us through that stress the last couple of months. With not just simply going and having a mammography. So.
Yeah, those things are those kind of things are extremely important, and I do think, and again, like I said, I think fear plays a huge part in all that, because sometimes you just don't want to know. I mean, you're feeling like crap, and then if you multiply that with I'm getting to a certain age where your friends are getting really sick, and some of them are dying. People on my age are dying. I have people on my Facebook page, I have people on my Facebook friends who are no longer alive. Never considered that would ever happen. But it's true. Now I've got people on my Facebook page, or my Facebook friends who are no longer alive, who are dying of brain cancer, who are dying of heart attacks, or dying all the same aches and pains that we hear about. Oh, did you hear that Billy had, and he had a myocardial infarction and died at the mall? Really? He was 2 years younger than me. Or somebody who just passed away, that we've known for a long time, was only 2 years older than me. So now we're getting that stage where, maybe I don't want to know. I get it. But you owe it to your spouse, you owe it to your family, and your friends, to people who love and care about you, to make sure that you stay up on it, to make sure that you're not afraid, that you stay up on it. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is having that fear and doing the right thing anyway. That's what courage is. So you need to be courageous. You need to go and let them tell you what they're going to tell you, and then do what they say to be healthy. People are depending on you. People are dependent on you. Important people are dependent on you.
Yes.
Did we crash through all those that quickly?
Well, no, and I briefly went over the exercise part, and I know everybody's not going to run a 5K or 10K and be,
a 0.3K.
a 0.3K.
That's when you have to run to the bathroom. Tight butt to the bathroom.
But it's important to get some kind of exercise in weekly, and just start out slow. Just start out by, in the morning, go for a walk down, a block or two. I remember when walking to the mailbox was a big issue for him.
I needed a 4-hour nap after a walk to the mailbox. It was awful.
But and it's tough, when once I changed careers, it made it a little easier for me to get some walking in at work. So even if you have an hour for lunch, bring your sneakers. It's getting cooler here in Florida, so you can take a little small walk.
It's 93 today instead of 97.
It's cool this morning. I went for a walk
cold
this morning,
front. It's going to be 89
and it was like
tomorrow.
60 something. So that's cool for us.
Yeah.
It's nice out.
That's freezing for us, actually.
It's nice.
Yeah, get your mucklucks on. It's cold out there.
And that's what my doctor told me. He's not expecting me to go overboard or do anything, but just move. Just get some kind of movement to get your heart rate up. Take the stairs, do something like that, just to keep your body active and moving. And with the mild arthritis that I have, I have to do that, or I won't be able to get out of bed. It makes me feel better to move than to just sit still. So let's remember to take care of ourselves.
Just do this, and just do what you can where you are. I teach saxophone, flute, and clarinet, so I can stand for a good portion of the time, or I can sit for a good portion of the time. But if I'm sitting, and I'll look at the clock and go, well, I don't have a Fitbit that tells me to stand up or sit down. But sometimes just stand.
Maybe you need one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want a Fitbit for Christmas. It's like work. I don't want like getting a little work thing for Christmas. I don't want that. I want a toy for Christmas. But anyway, the idea is, even if you have a job where you sit all the time,
but he got me a Fitbit.
Sometimes, but that's what you wanted. That's what you wanted. Yes. But and that aligns the difference. But you know what? Even if you're sitting for a while, get up.
Yes.
If it's nothing more than getting up and stretching a little bit, because we do as we move it, those numbers turn into bigger and bigger numbers. Especially the left column number gets a little bigger. It's just that sometimes getting the blood circulating and getting stretched out, that can make the difference between an injury. That can make the difference between making sure that your circulation's okay, making the difference to make sure that you don't get PEs, which are pulmonary embolisms, which are blood clots. because we sit a lot. That's where a lot of the blood clots come from, is from being stationary. So that'll help prevent all those kind of things, because blood clots ain't no joke, kids. A blood clot in your lung ain't no joke. A blood clot in your brain will kill you. So the idea is that if you have a job where you're sedentary, where you sit a lot, you want to get up and stretch, and you want to walk around even if it's just walk around your desk a little bit, to make sure that you can stretch out and you don't put yourself in a position for PEs, which are very, very bad news. So again, do what you can where you are. So I know you.
Remember to not eat so much sugar.
I know there's a lot of ads on Facebook where you got the 70-year-old guy with the washboard abs, and but that may not be you, and that's not you anymore. That's not you, and that guy is an anomaly, and he's probably an actor, and he's probably not 70. He's probably a 25-year-old in makeup. All those ads are built to do one thing: sell you something. So that can't be your goal. Your goals have to be realistic and attainable, because that's the only way that you'll continue, if they are realistic and attainable. So you know what? Do a little something where you are. Try it today. It's Monday. Try to do a little something where you are. Don't hurt yourself. Talk to your doctor about it.
Yes.
Please talk to your doctor about it.
Doctor
what? Don't go to your doctor with an injury and go, well, I was trying to run again. Well, I was running. When I was 20, I used to run 3 miles a day, so I figured I'd run 3 miles a day. Yeah, and now your knees don't work, and now you need a new hip. Don't be stupid. Don't be presumptuous. Get some training, get some shoes. You know what? Be responsible about it. But again, you can do a little something. Even I can do a little something. A little something.
Yeah, like walk with me.
No, if you don't walk in the dark and the cold, it's 40 degrees out there. My God, I don't have a big winter coat to walk in. It's in the 60s out there.
It's not that cold.
I get chilled. I get chilled. Burn.
Okay.
Y'all don't want me to get chilled, do you? Nah, of course you don't. You don't want me uncomfortable. What else you got?
No, nothing.
Cool, because we're about time anyway. Listen, again, if you would be so kind if you're watching on Facebook, to go to our YouTube channel. And you can just search for our YouTube channel by using Deborah's name, and you'll find it.
Our Real Talk.
Our Real Talk with Deb and Will.
Deb and Will.
And you can find it, and all you have to do is subscribe. Again, we're at 50. We like to get to 100 for the end of the year, just because. That would be very helpful. We appreciate that greatly. And if you guys have any questions about, I don't know, anything really, please write them in the comments. Please send us an email. You can send me an email at wls860@gmail.com. That's wls860@gmail.com. And we will try to address them on the show.
Or just message me on
Facebook.
I'll be happy.
However we can address it. If it was something that you want us to talk about here, let us know. Or if something that you wanted us to talk about privately, just tell us, and you know what, and we'll make that happen. The whole mission here is to offer advice or counsel or comfort to people who have questions, because we all have questions from time to time, and you may be in a situation where you have nobody to ask. It may be embarrassing, it may be frustrating, and you don't have anybody to ask. So that's why we do this. Regular people just trying to help out regular people.
Yes.
Living regular lives.
We're not perfect.
Not perfect.
But we are mature. I won't say old. We are mature, and we have lived through a lot of things.
Some stuff.
A lot of crisis, a lot of financial issues, and that's one thing that we want to start going over as well, as financials. How the finances should be managing your marriage.
Yeah, you know what, I've done it wrong. So now at least I know how to do it better. And that's a tough subject, because it gets into our feelings. It gets into our, how you feel about yourself. And so we will approach these things as time moves on. And I'm going to tell you, we're going to approach them in a real way, but I'm going to approach them in a very positive way, because no matter where you are in your marriage, no matter how things have gone, You can still make that turnaround. Maybe you
Yes, it's
maybe
never
you,
too late.
maybe you won't be the millionaire that you thought you were going to be when you're 26 years old. Maybe you won't be able to retire at 36 as a millionaire anymore. But you know what? You can start making the turnaround. There's some things, some mindsets that we all have that you have to change. But you will, and we'll talk about those things in the future too. Again, if you've got questions, if you got subjects that you want us to hit on, if you got questions about us that we think it's appropriate to answer, then we'll do that. Because I ain't gonna tell you everything, because I'm frankly not everything your business. I'm just gonna tell you, it just ain't. These people who get on YouTube and tell all their business, I'm like, yeah, I don't care. So do that and subscribe to the channel. Please share this video here on Facebook with your friends. We'd appreciate it. And please, ladies, because we have a lot of your friends, a lot of ladies watching. Please share this video with your spouses, with your husbands. Please let them know that this is not just a mini chick movie every week. It's not really. And the guy, and that way, both y'all watching hopefully can spark some conversation between you on subjects we cover. I think that's important.
If it's tough for you to get him to go to the doctor and stay up on his checkups and stuff, have him watch
I've got a
this
video
movie.
about my illness on YouTube. Watch it. Make him watch it. It's just me, and I ain't yelling at nobody. I'm not trying to make him feel bad. I'm just telling him my story. So that video is already on YouTube. I did that, I don't know, a few months ago. So please watch that or get him to watch that. I think it'll help him. I think it'll be very important.
He has one on there also where he got fired from his doctor.
I got fired from my doctor
because
I was a non-compliant patient. Yeah, I got fired.
Did you know your doctor can fire you?
You can fire your ass. You're out. Get out.
If you don't follow directions,
they will fire you, especially with the new laws. They don't want to have any bad outcomes from their office. So because they have to file paperwork, and anybody wants to. So the idea is they can fire you. So get them to watch those videos. It's just me, and I'm not saying it in a real preachy way. I'm just telling my story. So do that for us. All right, we got to get out of here and make room for somebody else. So until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, y'all take care of yourself.
And ladies, get a mammogram.
Yeah. It's not fun. Squish your titty. Woo! Until we see you again, go out there and love someone, take care of yourself, and we will see you when we see you.
Love you.
Peace.
Peace.
We're out. And there's the button. And that one worked right away. And there's the button.